They're falafels. This is just hummus. Falafel is like fried chickpeas. Packerland. Where are the Packers? Green Bay Packers? Where's Green Bay? I'm terrible at geography. Horrible, actually. Do you really think you're gonna go 24 hours? Not. I guess I won't if someone stops me, but. Look, I'll show you guys what a falafel is. See, it's fried on the outside. It's fried on the outside. And then it's chickpeas, like, it's sort of like a chickpeas that are mashed up and seasoned and fried. Why do I have to be looking at Nazis while I'm eating? Somebody ban that guy. Peace on earth, guys. What's a hush puppy? A hash brown? Oh, a hush puppy is a hash brown. That's a cute name for a hash brown. I'll Google it. Oh, it's cornmeal. It's fried cornmeal. The name is often attributed to hunters, fishermen, and other cooks who would fry some basic cornmeal mixture, possibly that they had been bread coating or battering their own food with, and feed it to their dogs to hush the puppies. That's not very good for dogs, but oh well. I guess they were active. Tomato. So these are dog food, basically? When did people start eating them? When the dogs refused? Sex life. None of your business. My cat is 12 in human years. How many dog years is that? 12 times 9? No, wait, 7? Yeah, 12 times 7. 1487. Your dog is an old man. An old man. I am 19, yeah. I'm an ancient human. Man. Some of you here are new, so you haven't heard me tell my story about when I was in Canada. So I'm going to tell you my story about when I was in Canada, so that we have something to talk about. Okay, so over winter break, my older brother and my younger brother and I went to Canada, specifically Toronto, and it was a really good trip. But the first day we were there, we had a really tough day even getting to the Airbnb where we were staying at. I can tell that story later, but after we got there, we were like, we have no food, so we're gonna go to the grocery store and get some food so that we'll have food in our house. And so my brothers and I go to the grocery store. Keep in mind, it's like 20 below at like 9 p.m. in Canada. And so we went to this store. And that makes an annoying sound. I'll pour it in a glass. I'm polite. Okay. And there was a cashier there, and she knew we were Americans because of our cards, our debit cards. Actually, I'm wearing a small amount of makeup. But thank you. And so the lady at the checkout, she says to us, well, so you're voting age, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, so who did you vote for in the election? And I'm like, well, I wasn't voting age at the time. And she's like, well, who would you have voted for? And I was like, well, I would have gone with Hillary. And she's like, oh no, now we're talking about politics. I forgot that this is a political store. And she's like, right? And she has this really heavy Canadian accent. I don't know how to imitate a Canadian accent. And she's like, what's going on over there? Why are you Americans voting for Trump? And I'm like, why are you asking me? So yeah, I'm like, oh, I have no idea, you know, everyone's got their own agenda. And so and she says, and she's just like shaking her head at me, full of Canadian pride. And she's like, I'm sorry to say it, man, but your country is messed up. Canadian accent is modified Scott. I can't imitate it, but the way she had it, it was like there were all these extra Y's, like, yeah. And I just found it really funny the way she said it. So now, true, man. Canada's slightly better, I'd say. But you got your problems, too. Messed up, man. Super messed up. And after she said that, I was like, sorry. But she didn't notice I was making fun of her accent. She probably just thought that's how we say sorry too. But some actually Midwesterners in the US do say sorry, like in Wisconsin. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a lot of people say sorry. Midwestern accent's pretty similar to Canadian, actually, the vowels. I actually like Canadian accents. I think they're kind of cute. It's very subtle. I mean, the difference between a Canadian accent and an American accent. That woman was at the checkout. Her accent was very Canadian. But for the most part, it's not that easy to tell. At least I don't have a strong ear. Do Canadians make fun of how we say sorry? Sorry? How do you guys ever make fun of American accents, Canadians? Americans do make fun of Canadian accents a fair amount. Just because we think you say A all the time. But didn't Grimes say A, I don't